Hello my scrappy friends, big welcome to my YouTube channel today. I don't know exactly what date this is going to go live, but I am playing along with Chrissy's Beautiful Life and 30 Days of Sketches. I think this is series 12. I'm on day 22 and yes, today is actually the 23rd, I believe. My Mojo's gone MIA. I'm hoping this will kickstart me, but I created this sketch and I shared it for day 22. Firstly, I want to shout out to Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Thank you so much for doing this series and including me and using my sketch. This is super fun, and I don't know what's happened to my Mojo, but it has nothing at all to do with this series. I love sketches, so that is why I put my hand up to create one. Secondly, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has played along and has used my sketch. I love that everyone's loving all the layers. That was the thing that I really enjoyed about it. So I'm going to do my own layout based off this sketch. I'm using this photo. That is my grandmother and my children, taken maybe a month or two ago. And I've got crate paper gingham garden here. Got a couple of offcuts. I'm going to use this for my background. And like I said, hopefully this will give my, my Mojo a bit of a kickstart. So I'm going to get started. I hope you enjoy. All right, so here I am after this layer is completed. It is actually the next day today. I ran out of time yesterday, but hopefully this will be up today for you guys. And today is obviously going to be whenever you see this, if you subscribe and and watch my videos as they come out. So I decided I was going to ink all my edges with some black ink. I'm using Distress Oxide in Black Soot. It's not super black, which is why I chose this particular ink. And I'm just working on my paper layers here. I will be completely honest, I did struggle with this one. Like I said, my Mojo has gone wandering, I don't know. So I did struggle through this, but I did enjoy the process by the time I got my page done. And I really like my finished layout. It is sitting next to me on my desk and I'm really happy with it. I love all the layers. This collection is so pretty. I often struggle with pretty collections, but I don't think that was the problem this time. I think it was just, I think I've forgotten how to scrapbook. So you can see here I'm starting with these couple of pieces here. I've got that blue border that I decided to cut a scallop into using a border punch. And then I've got that creamy coloured paper with the florals on it that I've used as a layer as well. So I'm just working on my layers here. I wanted to include a couple of tags. So the tags that are were cut aparts from one of the 12x12s didn't quite work. So I did use that as a template to cut my own tags. And you can see I haven't actually cut full tags. I knew I was going to be tucking them into layers, so I just cut them short. I've got one cut there. I've got an extra bit of this cardstock that I've cut down, and I have inked that, and I decided to cut that in half so that I've got those 3 points of yellow. The one on the left hand side does get moved, but you will see that shortly. And you can see here I'm just playing with a second tag. I felt like the tones up there were all really similar, so I wanted to add something to break it up a little bit. And I'm going to go with this craft pattern here. I love lots of patterns, but once I kind of feel like if I have all of the same tone and then I've got this random pink pattern paper in the background, it kind of felt a bit funny. So I did make sure I included some different tones of papers here. I'm going to play with what I've got here is a lot of, so that craft colour was a 6x8 sheet that I cut the tag out of, and then the bit that went down the bottom is the offcut. So I'm just trying to use up the bits and pieces that I'm cutting away or that I have already cut into, just to add to layers, inking everything up and tucking it in, making sure everything's overlapping, making sure things are peeking but not in a weird way, and just really playing with paper. Paper, I think, is probably one of those things that I love pretty paper, I really do, and if I'm ordering anything from anywhere, I tend to then add on a few pieces of pattern paper because, you know, even if it's expensive pattern paper, and I'm already paying shipping, I'm like, I'll just add in a few pieces of pen paper because I can't help myself. Anyone else the same? I ended up tearing that scallop into 2 pieces because I knew I was going to hide some of it behind my photo. I decided to pull in this wood grain, which is so pretty. I love it. And I am going to stick everything down, and I do use my T-square ruler, and at parts it is quite painful to watch, so I have cut all of that out, but everything here is stuck down now. That label up the top with the half a butterfly does not stay there, so you haven't missed anything. I knew I wanted to add something behind my photo, and I pulled out this navy blue printed vellum. It is from Coco Villa Studio, but I thought it was a beautiful match for this collection. I knew I wanted something behind my photo, and so I did try some plain vellum, but that printed one I felt worked better. Like I said before, I wanted to bring in some different tones of papers here, so then I pulled out this mint green one from the 6x paper pad. I've got one piece down the bottom there, and you can see I'm mucking around with this for ages. It takes me a little while, and then I end up cutting another strip, and that goes up the top there. But again, adding that green back in, I feel like I've gone back to the blues and greens and all the same kind of colour tones. So I am going to add in some more. Just going back through that paper pad, and straight away I'm drawn to this pink. I thought, as I was doing this, I thought what I need is some pink in the layers here, because I've got the pink in the background and then it's not anywhere else. So that was the thought process behind bringing that pink in. And then I wasn't loving the way this was layered, so I pulled it up and ripped it. But I managed to stick that down and no one will ever know. So I've got all of the main parts of my layout stuck down now, and it's time to work on my title. I have this die, that love one it's from Simon Says Stamp. It's a new one, and I bought it to make cards with, but I really wanted to use it, and I thought it would work really well on this layout, so I've pulled it out. It is the first time I'm using it, and I love it. And originally I thought that I wanted to put my title on to something, so you do watch me struggle with that for a little while. Like I said, I did struggle with this for a while, and I have cut a lot of it out because it's just painful. And if you saw the photos, if you remember, there's actually no layer behind there in the end. I decided that I didn't need it. I did pull one of these stickers from the 6x12 sticker sheet, and I stuck that onto some cardstock, and it says, "These little moments." I thought that it brought a nice little pop of yellow to those top layers, and I'm going to use that with my title, so that the title is "Love These Little Moments." I thought that I would do the shadow in that blue, but you can see straight away I'm like, nope, there's too much of the blue there. So then I came up with another idea. I've got a piece of scrap white cardstock here, and this paint is so pretty. I think I put like too many layers on, so it darkened it up too much, but it does work really beautifully with this collection if you're not using it as thick as this. It is such a pretty colour. So I'm going to let that dry, and while that is drying, I cut extra of the main part of this die, and I'm just going to layer, I think, 3 of those up, and then the matte gold on top. And again, I don't make you watch all that, but I do just squish it down with my acrylic block. So I like the way that's looking, and I know that I want to like nestle these together. So I'm like, right, this needs to come out. I did pull that one out, and now I'm going to cut my shadow layer here. I love using my card supplies in my scrapbooking, or my scrapbooking supplies for my card making. I feel like I'm getting better value out of my product. So you can see here I'm playing with that pink shadow, and it's just, I've got it on another yellow piece of that's actually from the papier, I don't know how to say it, that thing that comes in this crepe paper collection, but again I'm like, nope, I don't like that. So I'm going to lift that up. And this blue scallop border, I lifted and moved about 1,000,000 times, but it's stuck now and I'm happy. So I'm playing with this again. I feel like it looks way better without that yellow behind there. Then I tried this and I was still like, oh, I don't love this. Let's take that off. I'm like, oh, I think I really do like it without that shadow. So take these alphas off and I'm able to make it work like this. So using a sketch to get out of a loss of mojo, I love sketches. I really enjoy working with them. They take away so much of the guesswork already. You know, it shows you where to put the photo and the title, you know, if you're going to add layers and all that kind of stuff. I think what I struggled with, again, I think it was just because I felt like I forgot how to scrapbook. It's been a little while. I've just had a lot happening. My mojo's gone down the toilet. And then I saw all of these people that were using my sketch and I was super inspired because I really love this sketch. I've actually, I will include a photo just here. This sketch I created was actually based on another layout that I created. I wonder if you remember it. It's one of the ones I did for Cut to You, and it is the one that is titled 10 Years of You. So I will include a photo of that. But that's where I got the idea for this sketch from. So I'd already done this kind of layout before. And I know that I really like the composition. I love all of these layers. It's super fun. I love how versatile it is, how you could use mixed media, how you could just use pattern papers, use journal cards. There's so much that you can do with this. You can use scraps, you can use whole pieces of pattern paper. It's just a super fun sketch. I really enjoy it. And I've done, without realizing it, I've done this kind of composition many times. I ran out of storage on my phone and I was playing with the 6x12 sticker sheet and the thickers. There's that little rainbow. I felt like that filled the gap nicely between my photo and my title, and I did cut that in half, so the other half has gone back onto the sticker sheet for me to use another time. I've used both of those little birds which have been popped up, and then I've used two of those foam banners from the thickers. The one up top says love you most, one down the bottom says sweetest. And I have also added a label from the ephemera with the date. And I'm coming in now with some enamel dots. These are just from my stash, Citrus Twist and Cocoa Daisy, I think they are. And these colours just work perfectly. So I've got the gold ones are all the same size, but then in the 3 clusters I've mixed, like if I've got a big blue one, then I use a different size pink one, so that I end up with the 3 sizes in the 3 places. Some splatters in black and then some splatters in gold, and I'm going to call this page done. I feel like what I want to do now is go and tidy up the mess I made and get some more scrapbooking done. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. I'll leave all the photos at the end for you. If you use my sketch, please tag myself and make sure you tag Christy as well. I'll make sure all of the details are in the box below. Make sure you tag Christy as well because this is her baby, and I love following along. I don't often get the chance to play, but it is super fun. This is series 12, so she's been doing it a little while. Here are the close-ups. Oh, I ended up changing out, I show you that I'm going to put some gold and cream coloured twine. I end up using some white crochet thread in there and tying bows, but there'll be a photo as well. As always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I really do appreciate it. If you don't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic day, my friends.